Never caught in the moment, on my toes for the right now. My nigga, I'm focused, never follow the crowd. Let me throw on my crown. And motherfucker, you address me as such, cause I'm king. And put respect on my name like Brian Williams, And if you lucky, might have mercy, just might keep your neck. Cause heads roll for less. If playing me is your goal, I'm Shaquille at the net. Niggas know I'm a problem, carry hope on my chest, yeah. Look, I was tired of playing Clark Kent, hiding my potential, knowing that I was God sent, knew that I was different when nobody saw my vision, put that work in myself and then ran ahead of the competition.
What up, what up, what up, what up, baby? You already know who it is. It's the one and only Mr. Vega, the Messiah. I swear I love hearing the intro. That motherfucker slap, bro. Like, I love intro. So again, shout out my brother Eugene O'Neal, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the hottest artists to come out of the IE. Also my brother, you know what I'm saying? So again, shout out to my guy for doing that intro for me. Shout out my brother Sinatra, you know. You the one who put the intro together. That's why Honest Assholes is taking a whole new turn this year. Moment with the Messiahs is already racking up. The episodes, the in-person episodes are coming. Like, we got a lot going on this year. More segments. It's a lot. I'm not going to talk too much, but just know that the Messiah is out here cooking, and I'm getting it in, and that's just what I do. Shout out to Big Mizzle. Shout out to D-Nut. Shout out to Eugene O'Neal. Shout out to Wick. Shout out to Juicy. Everybody that's been holding it down for the Honest Assholes platform, podcasts, everything. Since 2021, baby. We started off in the fucking garage on a little punk-ass Spotify app. Anchor FM. I do miss them, but we elevated. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Twitter, we're on Spotify, Instagram. Honest Assholes all over the fucking place. New banners coming soon. New background drop coming soon. I'm working on all that, bro. It's just wait for it. You see where I'm at now. Last year I had none of this shit. That's what happens when people believe in you and they help you out and do all that stuff. So shout out to the vegan queen, Cherie. She's helped me get all this stuff, and she's been really looking out, supporting, sending me artists and all that. So again, shout out to the vegan queen. You already know what it is, baby. Now, tonight's moment with the Messiah. Now, when I do these, I make sure that I kill them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I make sure I do that. I'm out here just doing the shit, and I'm just pretty much laughing at all the haters. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, tonight's guest, my guy has been rocking with me for a minute. You see these new logos? The new Honest Asshole logos? I put out like 3 of them. That's been all this guy. My guest that's coming on. He's having his moment with the Messiah. Without further ado, bring in the one and only my guy, Joe Ham. What it do, bro?
What's going on, fam? What's going on? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. How was the introduction? Did you like it? I do my thing?
Yes, sir, you did. I didn't catch the song, though, because I didn't realize it was on mute, though. And then, I was like, oh, shit, I got to push the button.
Yeah. When the intro's playing, you know what I'm saying, everything's silent. And when I start talking, that's what everything goes good, you know what I'm saying? But what's good, though, my guy? How you doing?
Man, good. Things been busy, man. Just been on the move and running around just like you, man. Just ripping around and trying to make things happen.
Yeah, man. I mean, the grind don't stop, especially with this media shit.
Oh, yeah.
I told you from the get-go that we were going to have an
Awesome
moment with the Messiah. I made sure
Yes,
that everything was right, make sure I had the equipment, make sure I had everything, because I wanted to make your moment with the Messiah dope. You came with all the logos, and I can't thank you anymore, bro. Like, the team loves it. So again, want to thank you, man. So you Glad to come out tonight, man. You glad to have your moment with the Messiah, my boy?
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you for having me on the show too, man. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, bro. You know, we gotta look out for each other, especially when it comes to this media shit. It's a lot of haters
Right,
out here, a lot of people that don't want to see you make it. So at the end of the day,
right.
man, we gotta make sure that we good because at the end of the day, man, we all we got. So
That-
shout out to my guy
That's
Joe
right.
Ham. Shout
That's
out to
right. Shout out
Monster
to the
Yo.
Messiah.
You know what
Yo.
I'm saying? Yes, indeedy, bro. But tonight is your moment with the Messiah, man. So is you ready, my boy? You ready to get it? You ready to get it popping, my G?
Yes, sir. Let's make it happen. Let's bring a party.
Yes, indeedy. Well, let the world know, man, who you are, man. Give a quick introduction of who Joe Ham is.
Well, my name is Joe Ham. I'm located over in the Bay Area in California on the West Coast. I do writing though. I'm an author. I have two horror novel books out. I have a affirmation book called Seeds of Strength that's on Amazon, and I have two children's books as well. If you want to check out any of those books, just search Joe Ham on Amazon. I also do graphic designing, logos, flyers, CD covers, you name it. Though you can hit me up on Instagram at Real Joe Ham. Also, check out The Real Dub Cal on Spotify or all distribution platforms. You can check out all my music out there. And that's pretty much what I do, music, flavor and everything, though. That's how I'm just over here grinding like everybody else trying to make it happen, though. And I appreciate everybody who's rocking with me from day one.
Definitely, bro. I mean, once we got connected, man, it was love. You know what I'm saying? It was love ever since. And I'm glad
Yes, sir.
you so I'm glad you gave that quick introduction to let people know. 'Cause I got some good notes out here for you. So by you being from California, a state, Hollywood, music, breakdancing, pretty much anything that's any source of entertainment. That's California. That's our home state. So
Right.
for you, what made you want to get into being a rap artist, and what made you into get what got you into making music?
Well, I started making music. Well, I started out first journaling poems when I was young, like probably like 6, 7 years old. Then my poems turned into lyrics, and then I started writing music and playing when I was a kid. I would play the guitar, just kind of make some instrumentals and stuff like that. And they started calling me. That's where I got the name Joe Ham from my family, though. They dubbed me that, so I got the name from there. But I didn't hit the studio until I was I'd say like 15, 16 years old. And I linked up with a partner of mine named TK. And ever since then, I've just been in the studio. But as I got older, I'm 43 now. I kind of started swaying away from that though. So now I'm writing lyrics for artists for a private label right now, and I got a punk album that's coming out end of July. I mean, sorry, end of this month, which I wrote the lyrics for. This called Slum Circuit is the name of the band. I got an R&B album coming out this year. I got a EDM album coming out this year, gospel album coming out this year. And
Man,
also definitely expect some more books coming out too, though as well. But yeah, I'm going heavy on the lyric writing right now, though. So there's a lot of music that's about to be coming out pretty soon, though, and this within the next not just year, but next year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I'm just gonna keep writing music for this label.
man, I hear that, man. My guy is out here working. This is what I love to see. This is why I do the moment with the messiahs, man, because not only do I give people a platform to get their shit out there, let the world know what they're doing, because you never know what people got in store. My guy said he
Right.
got some. My guy said he got novels coming out. He got a punk rock album. Like, bro, you was really out here, working, man. You doing your shit, especially with these
Trying.
graphic designs, man. Like every time I look at the logo, I be like, man, bro was on his shit, man. Like seriously. So again, thank you for that, man.
You're
Now,
welcome. I had to make you a new one too. You know what I'm saying? The new one I sent you. I had to make one more lively.
hey, and I appreciate it, man. That's the one I'm getting made this weekend. So I'm finna
There
throw
you
that
go.
shit on. I got an event coming up, man. So I gotta make sure I rep honest assholes. I'm gonna give you a shout out. You already know.
There you
Now,
go. Thank
when you sent me your bio,
you. Hmm.
you it was very interesting. So this made me come up with this next question. So what made you step away from the limelight and the spotlight of being a rapper? And do you still have a passion for doing like rapping or just doing music in general? Do you still have a passion for it? And what made you?
Well, I still have a passion for music though in general, but as far as being a rapper, I just kind of fell out of the passion of being a rapper itself though. I do features for people, and that's about as probably as best that I could say that I still stay with music as far as being an artist is concerned. But as far as being a rapper, I just don't have the time for it though. And I found a lot of things are working out for me though that have nothing to do with me being an artist. And you got to figure out how many, what kind of eggs you want in your basket, and you figure out which works. And sometimes you get some rotten eggs, you got to throw them out.
So you do still have a passion for it, though. Like you still dabble and still. Basically, if somebody was to hit you up in one of the 16, does Joe Ham still got it?
They can have me for features for sure. I'm definitely down to do features.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man. At the end of the day, you got to find your passion. Once upon a time, Messiah, he loved rapping. Everything about it,
Right.
and I love it. But at the same time, I didn't like where it was shifting. I didn't like where it was going at all. So that's why I took a step back in '04. I was just like, it's not for me. But I still love music, so I really do feel what you're saying when you say like you just don't have the time, but you want to dip into you want to do other things. So ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right. And I feel what you're saying too. Like I kind of agree with you on that one. As I didn't really like the way that the industry was changing, and the whole idea of artistry. I felt like artistry kind of changed to a point where there wasn't real, I don't know, creativity involved in it though. But don't get me wrong. I mean, there are some good artists that have come out though, but it's not the same as our era though. Like our era, we had hits after hits after hits after hits after hits after great artists coming out, and there's not that great artist that comes like dime a dozen nowadays that used to come in bundles when we were growing up.
Well, we got to keep the shit 100. There's lack of talent nowadays, bro.
There is.
I
Yeah.
don't want to sound like an old head, like I'm not appreciating,
Right.
music or anything. But we got to keep the shit 100. Not all these dudes out here, they're all not dope. And honestly, if it wasn't for streaming, I feel like a lot of these dudes wouldn't even be where they're at. So they wouldn't
Right.
have I feel like a dude like Young Boy Never Broke Again. He wouldn't have made it in our era.
Right. And honestly, I feel like if a lot of these, because we live in an era where like independent artists are the ones that are making it, but I think that these independent artists became independent artists because the industry was looking at these artists the same way and saying these guys don't have any talent, so when they're not signing them, and so they said, all right, we'll just take it independent though, and the independent market worked. But
Yeah.
I think the reality of it is that none of these labels think that there's talent out there enough to sign and just say that they're good. Like, but I did like people like XXX Tentacion. I thought he was real good. He was one of the originals. It's just a shame that he had to die so quick, at a young age though. But
Man,
there's very few like him. You know what I mean? Like it's like a dime a dozen. It's hard to find artists like that though. And now a lot of these artists either half the lyrics don't make any sense, or this mumble rap stuff where you can't understand what they're saying. No
man.
punch there, and we grew up in an era where punchlines was the key, and there's no punchlines in lyrics anymore. It's just gone.
Well, like I was saying, I'm not gonna talk too much about that, but I agree with a lot of that. It's no authentic talent anymore. It's just
Right.
a bunch of dudes sounding the same. As long as that shit gets played on the radio in the club,
Right.
that's what it is.
Now I
But
think also too, like a lot of these artists that I work with, they're really young artists actually. Anywhere from I think anywhere from 19 to like 25 years old. And what I like about this is I'm able to write lyrics that have punchlines and are quality lyrics that have meaning to them though. they can still keep their style as far as their sound, but their sound is mixed with kind of like the old school vibe of punchlines and real lyrics. So combining those two together, I'm trying to bring like real music back that still has a new age flavor to it that these new kids can still rock with though.
I heard him. Did y'all hear that? He making
What?
sure it's still out there. He making sure he's still putting on for the culture. That's my guy Joe Ham. Shout
Yes,
out my
sir.
guy. So transitioning from a rapper to an author, was that like what was that process like for you, and how do you stay consistent with writing and being an author?
Well, so transitioning into being a rapper, I didn't want to rap, but I knew I still wanted to write. Um, I actually got to give credits to that to Monster Yo. I was going through a hard time mentally because I suffer from a lot of mental illnesses.
Yeah,
And at the time, I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go in my direction in life, and I was kind of losing hope. And he was like, "Man, you should start writing." And then he introduced me to this book that he wrote, and I started reading it. And then next thing you know, I was talking to a few people as well, and talking to Monstio a little bit more. And then I got I got convinced to start writing. So I started out with the two children's books, which are based on two of my older children, my two daughters, and then the rest from there. Then I started writing the horror novels. Then I Seeds of Strength though came out. Basically, Seeds of Strength was kind of an accidental book. Really, like I started kind of journaling thoughts in my head, and I just happened to just by coincidence there it was 365 pages, and a couple of my homies were reading some of the passages, and they were like, "Dude, you should make this into a book." And one of my friends said I should make it 365 Days of Better Than You. And I was like, oh, that's not a bad idea. So I thought about it more and more. And then the more brainstorming I had, and then I came up with Seeds of Strength. And the artwork and everything I did myself. Also, big shout out to Skrilla Gorillas West and Lord Days for help, and Monster Yo for helping me put together that book. Um, Everything I got put up on KDP is all thanks to Monster Yo and Skrilla Gorillas West. So I got to give a big, huge shout out to them. But yeah, that's pretty much how the story goes. And then I just write now like that. Every time I come up with an idea, I just write it down. If I have some spare time, I come up with ideas. I probably only use about like 15% of everything that I write, but everything that I do write, I do keep, just in case I decide to write something about it.
Mm. Now I have to ask you that question because they needed to know, my brother. They needed to
Okay.
know. You know what I'm saying? Because like when people have these moments, I let them know from the get go that I want them to open up to their fans, their people, and let them know things that they never knew about them. So, and for
Okay.
you to have that background like that, you never would have known. Like I said, all it's shout out to Monster, you know what I'm saying, for helping you get out of that dark place and then move on to something great. Now you're doing something that you love doing because you, like you said at the beginning, you never stopped. You never stopped. You know, you love writing.
Yeah. I love creating is I guess the best way I could say it though. I just love to create. If I'm not creating, then I guess I think what happens is I get depressed and I get into a very depressive state. So,
Surrounding yourself
but
around people.
yeah, the thing is like, on the outside though, I kind of try to be happy and positive, and I don't let people know about it, but I suffer from acute schizophrenic disorder. I suffer from manic disorder, panic disorder. I also suffer from severe depression and PTSD. But a lot of that. I'm also a survivor of suicide 3 times, actually. So I don't know, by the grace of God, I still managed to be here, but it's not like an overnight step where it takes to heal. It takes definitely a lot of strength, a lot of courage. It takes a lot of perseverance, Um, and it's hard because like, you know, even when you got people around you telling you it's going to be okay, the hardest part about it is your mind and your soul has convinced yourself that it's not going to be okay, and you get yourself into this hole. But this, I've been battling mental illness since I was 5, when I was first diagnosed with depression. But I've gone through a lot of things. I've gone through death. I've gone through suicides. I've gone through friends overdosing and dying. I've gone through witnessing murders of my friends and people that I know right in front of me. Um, I've done a lot of things in my life too that have given me trauma from things that I've witnessed. I've been homeless. I've been jobless. I've been broke. I've been hopeless. I've been alone. You know, and so a lot of that combined has. I think it's built. Honestly, though, I think it's made me stronger and built the person that I am today. And that's probably why I like to help people so much. Because if I can help somebody, then there's somewhere in my mind that I believe that I could pull someone out of whatever they're going through. And you just never know what people are going through. Like it's more common than you think, but we all just don't talk about it. Like, especially being a man, you're kind of trained to just tuck whatever you're feeling in and not to talk about it. And I think that's the worst part about it, though, is that we don't talk about it. This is something
Man,
that needs to be expressed and something that needs to be communicated more. And when you're going through something,
yes.
it's okay. You talk about it. Tell your homie, tell your best friend, tell your mom, your dad, your sister, your cousin, your brother, whoever it is that you think you can trust. And people who are feeling like they know somebody going through it, they shouldn't be afraid to ask the right questions, to be there for them, to recognize it though, because when you recognize it, then you know that person doesn't feel alone. They just need somebody to talk to. But if you're the person that is going through things, though, just know it's not an overnight fix. It's not easy by any means. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy. You could do it or whatever. You can
Right,
do it.
right,
You can do it.
right.
It's not easy. It's going to be the hardest thing that you probably ever had to overcome. But once you get out of that clearing, and if you fight it long enough, you're gonna feel better at the end of the day. Just don't be afraid to get help.
Listen, man. Can we please make some noise for the game that my guy just dropped? Listen,
Thank you.
bro. I take mental health extremely serious. You're, believe it or not, you know, the Messiah was having suicide thoughts too less than 7 years ago. I took a heartbreak to a whole nother
Yeah.
level. Like the heart, like that hurt was just, it was
Right.
unbearable. So for you to acknowledge and recognize that you needed help, you took it serious. That's why you're still here, bro. That's because you acknowledged it, you took it serious, and you did something about it. Some people are not strong enough to do
Right.
that, bro. Some people will really let their mental health get the best of them. So I salute you,
Right.
bro, for taking that serious. Like for real, for real.
Thank you, fam. And I'm glad that you were able to overcome that too. You know, so I'm always here if you need to, you know, give a dabble or something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I still see my therapist. So
Yeah, I do too. I do too. It's
going
good
on
to have a
7 years.
therapist around or a psychiatrist.
Facts.
So, you know.
Facts. I hear that. It's good to have a therapist. So this graphic design background that you got, man, is
Mm,
fucking amazing, and it's also
thank you.
Awesome.
and I fucks with it because, like I said, man, you got some over there, bro. Like like this honest asshole shit blows up, which you will, man. Don't be surprised once I get you on the payroll for the merch.
Oh, I
Merch
know
is
it's gonna
popping.
blow up. Yeah,
Merch is
your show's
popping.
gonna blow up.
So especially everything I got going on this year, but
Okay.
the graphic design that you got, man, how did you get into that?
So I did some graphic designing back when in 2012 and 14 with Photoshop. So I kind of had a little bit of experience in it though. But then I started getting into these other programs. There's some new programs that are out right now where I started working with some designs and started figuring out how to use them. And then now, more recently, though, I figured out I started getting some of my designs to be more three dimensional, so they kind of pop out. But I love the coloring and the flavoring and the additions to everything. I love the way that things make you shine. Like it's
Man,
just it's just a creative passion for me though. So I it started out as something for fun, and then I started getting more clients though, and then I started taking it a little bit more seriously though. So but I love doing it. Like sometimes if I see someone doing something great, I'll just make them something for free just because I feel like I want to make them look better.
man, and yeah, see, that right there, man, is exactly why I have to ask you these questions because this is what people need to know about you, man. Because you're talented, bro. Especially when,
Thank
like,
you.
I fucks with you, man. And you coming out here tonight was dope. So this is the part of the show where I'm gonna ask you this.
Oh, I can't hear you. I think the sound went off.
Had to
Oh, okay.
had the
I
whole
got you
screen
now.
tripping.
Sorry.
But what I was gonna say though, man, like, do you feel that you got your point across as far as like your story, like what you've done for the culture? Do you feel like you've done a good job at that?
I think I'm doing a good job. However, I think no matter how good of a job you do or how good you get, I think there's always room for improvement. So I think for me, I don't really focus on how good I am now, but how much better I could be next. So there's always room for improvement. I don't think there's any such thing as being the best at what you do. You can always get better.
So do you, man?
I think I'm good at what I do for sure though. I do think I'm good at what I do. I've gotten a lot of great feedback. Um I I guess until I start hearing negative feedback, then I know I got to go back in and reframe, you know what I mean?
So when you first heard the name, when you first heard the name Honest Assholes, what was your first what was your first reaction, bro? I have to ask you that because you'll be surprised at what people think about the name of the show once I tell them the name. So what was your reaction when you first found out it was called Honest Assholes?
Well, to be honest, when I first heard Honest Assholes, I didn't even know it was a podcast. I just heard of it as a name that people said. But then when I heard it was a podcast, I thought to myself, "Oh, this has got to be a show about just talking shit and having fun and being wild and stuff, and just talking about controversy and all that sort of stuff, though, and just getting raw and uncut." And so the more I heard your show, the name alone is intriguing, to be honest with you. Like I heard the name and I was like, that's interesting. That's just an interesting name, but it sticks in your head. Just something that I never forgot. Once I heard it the first time, I never got out of my head. I always kept remembering it though. And then as I started watching your shows, I was like, this is a good show. Like this guy's on his point, on his game, and but I liked it. I liked it from the get go. I never really thought anything negative. I just thought it was interesting. It just made me intrigued actually to know more.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like I tell people all the time, like it's always good to get the feedback, man. Because at the end of the day, this is what I love doing, man. I love doing this media shit, like
Right.
because today I love entertainment and all that.
Yeah,
Like,
entertainment's nice. I mean, it's something about entertainment that
Technical
is.
difficulties. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. No worries. No
But
worries.
like I was
Thinking. I
saying,
was like, something just happened.
no, man. You know me just in the studio doing crazy shit. My
No
boss.
worries.
But but yeah, that's what we do, man. Like on this show, like something small like that can happen, and then we still keep the ride going, man. That's the thing about Honest Assholes. We've been doing this for so long. That's why I want to bring the team back. Like I want to bring the team back so we can all like come together and like, cause like I don't know if you watched all our old episodes, but we had a lot of fun, bro. And he's the guy who told me I should start doing other segments for the show. That's where
Okay.
the moment with the Messiahs came from. It came from my brother Dina because he always told me, pretty much, you got this, man. You got something big. So I think you should have like another segment because the whole thing is what it's about. It's about content, and that's why
Right.
when I told you I was gonna come book this interview with you, bro, I was like, it's nothing, bro. I got you. You done done me. You done gave me all these logos. So I was like, man, my guy said he wanted to interview. I got you, bro.
I
So that's why. So again,
appreciate it.
man, thank you for the good feedback for Honest Assholes. Like we really appreciate that. So I think a lot of people who knew you or who didn't know you, they found out a whole lot
Right.
about you.
And I was gonna say was I like the name the Messiah too because when I think of the name Messiah I think of greatness. I don't know why I just think of something great like someone who holds a crown, you know.
Man, y'all hear that shit? It's greatness, baby.
Yes, sir.
Flying like an eagle. You feel me? You already know.
Yep.
So with that being said, my G, we still at the beginning of 2026. We're not even, we're
Right.
barely 15 days. So it's a two-part question.
Okay.
First one, was 2025 a good year for Joe Ham? Do you feel like 2025 was one of those years that you felt like you either conquered, accomplished? Like, was it a good year for you?
Well, I think 2025 was definitely a year of battling my demons, I would say. But it went by really quick. But despite having gone by so quick, I am proud of myself because I battled a lot of low points last year and I
Mm,
overcame them. But also within the end of 2025, um, I accomplished writing 5 books,
mm,
doing probably well over 100 different graphics with logos, flyers, and CD covers from people like Tallulah the Virgo to Cedric Carter, 1700, Lady Too Much, Vegan Queen, Wix,
you,
Honest Assholes, like you name it,
bro,
bro.
you just knocking them out. I think you was in like round 15 with that one, man. You was just
Right?
knocking them out.
Yeah.
That's,
And I
man.
got to give a shout out too to Lula the Virgo. Also, she's been a big supporter of mine as well. I've done I think about 3 or 4 CD covers for her so far, from Zell to Earthquake and a bunch more.
Oh, so the last question I'll ask you, my brother. What do we got to? What's popping in 2026, bro? What you got coming out? What's good, bro? Flood the internet, flood the world, let everybody know what Joe Ham has coming this year, bro. Show moment, my
All
G.
right. So 2026, I probably will be releasing another children's book called "Do You Know the Countries of the World? Let Me Teach You." It's dedicated to my son and about my son. I probably will also release another book. I still haven't decided which one yet, but there will be another book for the adults coming out as well. Um, right now, I'm currently working on releasing this punk album by Slum Circuit, which is written by me. It'll be out end of January, beginning of next month. 2026, you can expect either a gospel album, country album, R&B album, EDM album, or a rap album. I'm not really sure, but I might be doing a vote. Yeah, I might be
Man.
doing a vote session on that one though. And also this spring during the equinox, in recommendation of the Vegan Queen, I am working on a meditation album right now, which is called Meditative Motion. It will be out during the equinox of spring. So anybody who wants to relax, you want to calm down at the end of the day, or put yourself at ease while you're at work and listening to some meditation music, this album will definitely be for you, though. I will let you know when that comes out as well. It'll be available on all distribution platforms. Of course, you're going to probably definitely going to expect more graphics, more logos, more flyers, more CD covers. There's just so much more that I have prepared. Oh, and shout out to my manager KP of Rich Off Rap label. We're working on. I haven't said anything about this, but I got 4 TV shows that I'm working on releasing on behalf of KP and Tubi. I can't really release any information because right now it's in the works, and I don't really want to have anybody take it away from me. But I will say that 2 of them are documentaries and 2 of them are game shows. But I don't know exactly when they're going to be released. Our talks are supposed to be this year, so maybe we're not really set to release it till maybe end of this year, beginning of next year sometime. But I'll let everybody know more about that as the time comes, though. But that's what I'm working on at the moment, though.
Oh, there you have it right there. Bro just flooded enough shit out there to fill up 2026 and half of 2027. Man, I want to thank you for coming out, my G. It's been a long time. Did you have a good moment with the Messiah, brother?
I had a great moment. Big shout out to the Messiah and Honest Asshole. Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to TPM Village, Monster Yo, Cedric Carter, Lady Too Much, Tallulah the Virgo. The name list goes on and on. Big shout out to the whole team.
You already know, baby. That being said, it's the one and only Mr. Vega, the Messiah, my guy, Joe Ham. He out here everywhere. Live streaming coming soon. All platforms. You already know what it is. It's the Messiah, baby. Honest Assholes.